Okay, good afternoon. It's 4:32 Eastern Standard Time, and I'm back for a third video today. Well, the only reason is because what happened was, got to reinforce our successes, and we were working a plan because I did a midday update talking about what story might be in play going forward, personality change in the market, and things like that, and talk about what did happen, what didn't happen, and what might be happening at the moment. So. And this is what it was. We were on story number 4 here, and these are not in any particular order. It's just a list, okay? We enter the prior day's range, build value below spike, rotate to other side of range. And that's happened. We built value below the spike, and then again, the story is we might rotate the other side of range. The range being yesterday's range, okay? So the strategy was to look to trade from the value area high or the spike low to the other side of value, which would mean the value area low and beyond. And I made comments in both videos that I had high doubts that we would have really continuation below yesterday's low. Okay, we were looking to have negative market internals, negative to mixed market internals, slow tempo, build value in the value area, meaning yesterday's value area, and a later move to value area low or lower. I always leave a possibility, right? I mean, you got to. Anything can happen. So anyway, at the time I made the prior video, I was making lunch. Then I ate lunch, and I was gonna go do something else, but I thought I'd check. I just take a look again at things. I opened stuff up and took a look. One thing I did not open up, I run my market internals on a separate installation with a completely different data feed than the one I'm using here, and there's reasons for that. But this. I didn't open it up. I just, I figured the market internals were negative or mixed, because we'd come down so far. I just didn't really look to try to get them. They're really more important to me in the early session, probably are important all day long, but I just, I don't always trade with them. I didn't used to trade with them at all, but I opened it up, and so I didn't even think to open that up. I was just checking things out, but I got engrossed in a potential opportunity that was happening, and I'll show you what it was. I'm going to pull in the. Well, let me show you what happened. If you don't already know, probably already know, trader. So this is in ones. Okay. Here we are. H period came down. We were trading inside the value area high from yesterday. This gray area is the value area high, and came out of it, came in it, came out of it. We were building value definitively right below the value area high. And again, the story was that a later move to the value area, the other side of value. How about that? Got down to 30.06 or 39.06 quarter, I guess it is. And this is in ones, so I'm not sure. This is 39.04 half is the value area low of yesterday. So I'll show you what I did for what it's worth, and very pleased with it because you know why? I followed my plan. There it was in front of me. It was happening, and I had to say, all right, that was your plan, right? And I didn't use this 10-minute chart. This is a different chart book, and I probably should pull a few charts in, maybe even some market internal stuff so I can talk about it when I'm making these videos. This is a work in progress like anything, and again, I make them primarily to reinforce my own trading. So here we go. Here's the value area high. We traded in here. These are all 10 minutes. We came down, grew up here in the 30 minutes. Then we went sideways and down and sideways, and maybe I should pull in a little candle chart here. Let me do that. Let me open up a. See if I can do that real quick. I like it. It looks a little better and easier to see on the candlestick chart. So let me. This is not right. Okay, where is my main screen? Just a moment. Apparently it's up. Saying this is it, but where's my file button? Here we go. I moved it way across the screens. All right, so file, I'm going to look for a new intraday chart. Go to ES, and this is going to come up a 1 minute chart. I think I can probably change it to 10 while I'm doing it. Yeah, 10 minute. And I'm going to make the graphics say candlestick bars. And it's not going to have the study on it. Okay, so I was looking at a candlestick chart, 10-minute candlestick chart. They were a little bit close together. And I saw we were down here, right here, and the value area high is at 39.5, which is right here. Okay, right there. And you know, just the way it was trading, and you get familiar with this kind of stuff, I decided, you know, I'm going to short that value area high, and I'm going to risk somewhere up in here. I'm going to short that value area high, but I just didn't like it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to like have an aggressive entry and my more conservative entry. The conservative one being the value area high, and the aggressive one was at 38, I believe. I think that was my entry price. Well, I got filled on one and not on the other. So I got filled on the 39.08, and you know, look at that. It took it down, but it wasn't. You know, I'm a bit, I don't want to say disappointed. I'm really happy with what happened. But what happened was I shorted up here in L period at 38, which is right here. I took it down, and I got out right down around here on the volume point of control. I have a policy that I try to follow, and that is first exit, first exit. So L period came all the way down here, and it was, and the VPOC had not moved down here by the time. And I got out when it was struggling right here, which was the value area low from the overnight 2 days back. It was the VPOC of yesterday, and it looks like it was the first area of support that it didn't get through earlier, an S1 pivot. And so I was like, you know, hey, that's a nice trade. It was like what, 38 to 25 roughly. That was like 8 points, 7.5, 8 points. I took on that. I'm very happy with that. And then M period, and I think it was getting later towards the close of the period. Then M period opened up, open drive, I believe it was, all the way down, and it came down pretty steadily. And I thought, oh wow, we might even take out the low. But we got down here, and it stalled out. Where did it stall out? Stalled out right down here. Okay, I guess it stalled out because I was trying to decide. You know, is it going to go to the value area low and quit? Is it going to go to the prior low a day and come through? You know, I didn't like it for an immediate flush right through. Could have happened. But I'm going to take a long here. And when it didn't get below this little green zone area, which is just it's just a zone of it's a pivot mathematical thing that creates a zone, you know, you can have your own supports, resistance, whatever. It's just a type of pivot. Anyway, this I thought, well, you know, it's stalled out here. We really kind of stalled out yesterday down here. Maybe we're going to get a move back up before it comes back through. So and I've seen that a bunch of times. I'm gonna exploit that. I got long at 39.08, and it was on a chart that I'm looking at something on a chart that I'm really familiar with, and I see these patterns repeat over the years, you know, and sure enough, got a pop up. I took that up to 13.5. Unfortunately, it came up. You gave me a little trouble in here, but I think it just kind of stalled for a minute, but eventually got it. So what was that, 8 to 13? So that was like 5.5 points. So that's what I took out of it. Am I upset because I didn't take this from, you know, get back in and take it all the way down? No, because first of all, I'd already done all that, and you know, you got your emotions, you're engaged, and I just wasn't comfortable. I didn't know what was going to happen. You know, I didn't know if I didn't like where, I wasn't ready, I guess. And I didn't know it was going to do this. Now, I should have known that once we opened in here, the special situation 80% rule is in effect. But, you know, we've been back and forth inside and outside the value area high so much. I just wasn't super comfortable at the time. The volume point of control was way up here, and it really just felt like it stalled out here. And I thought, well, this is a thrust down again to the VPOC area, and maybe that's took out this poor low. I don't remember what it looks like on 25s. Doesn't matter. and maybe that's going to be it. Okay, that might be it. So I just passed on that. But you know what? If I would have stuck with my plan, I could have either reloaded or whatever, and look how much I would have been stood to gain. Quite a lot of points. And that's the breaks. I'm not showing this obviously to say, oh, look how great a trader I am. I got my issues, man. I'm still under construction. And one of the things I hope to gain is having a lot more faith in my imaginations going forward, to where I not just getting a piece of it, but actually really having the stamina to stick it out and hold through. The problem is the ES is so back and forth, and I don't want to, when I've got a nice winning trade, a nice piece, you know what? That's enough for me. I don't want to risk it all, and sometimes I do. I don't want to risk it all to try to capture that whole move. And every time I've done that, I end up losing. I've done that a lot, where it's I've given back the whole day trying to do that. And I'm working that out, but I'm only throwing that in there. I don't mean to be so self-deprecating, but I'm only saying that because if I come back on here and show what happened, again, this was need for a kind of a review video, but I want to talk about what I did. And I'm not saying that to look like I'm some fancy trader. No, I just had a plan and I got with it. I saw a pattern I recognized and I exploited it, and I thankfully took profits at a comfortable place, which was very nice. And there was a whole lot more to be made, but maybe another 2/3 of the potential was lost. But I did catch it on the flip side on the way back up. And and again, look how much I could have got it all the way on the other side of it. If I would have held on there, it would have come all the way back up. And but you know what? I got out where I was comfortable, because this is what happens to me a lot. I'll get in on a move and I'm right and it's going my way, but it goes a little way and then it stalls out like it's going to reverse. And if I hit out every time it does that, I lose a lot of times too. So I wait at least till it gets closer to my target, and I'm really feeling it will. And that happened, and then I'm glad I'm out. The tension's over. But when it goes on, I don't get too worked up about it. That's just going to have to come later when I trade a lot more size and I have extra, because this was just a one lot day for me. I'm just trading one lot. And there you go. So have a great weekend. Hope you are careful in whatever you do. It's a holiday weekend. Be mindful of that on the roads, and make a great day. Thank you for watching.